This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, shall we start now, students?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay, students. So after a lot of technical problem, we will be starting the class now. So after a long gap, we will be dealing with the Shwasa, Kasa, and Hikka. Shwasa, Kasa is already covered in the regular classes. So today's actual class was the Hikka. But for the importance of the academic and for your purpose, I will be just glancing about Shwasa, Kasa, and then we will go for in detail about the Hikka road. Okay. See, these three are the prana soto dushti vikaras. The speciality of all these three rogas is all are prana soto dushti vikara and similar nidana, similar samprapti, and the speciality of the types. Okay. Shwasa, Kasa, and Hikka will be having the 5 types. So this is the speciality of this group of diseases. Okay. First, we'll go for Shwasa Roga. Shwasa, you heard about word Shwasa. Shwasa, if you use in first year, then it is the physiology. Okay. Then, if you use the same word in the Roga, then it is the Shwasa Roga. Okay. Any problem with the respiratory illness, you can tell that it is the Shwasa Roga. So, Shwasa Prakriya will be hampered, then we'll call it as the Shwasa Roga. So this is a big line of shloka for the Nidana, that is Raja, Duma, Pyam, Shita, Sthana, Ambusevana, etc. Okay. See, which is most important is Raja, and the Duma. Okay. So now you can see that the pollution, the dust particles are there, then smoke is there, then it will causes the Shwasa. Okay. Major positive factor for any respiratory illnesses will be the air pollution. The same thing is explained as the Raja and the Duma. If the person also takes the Shita Snana and Shita Ambusevana, okay, if the person continuously takes the Shita Ambusevana, then also it may lead for the Shwasa. So these are the different Nidanas. First he has explained these things, then any Ruksha Ahara Vihara, Vishamashana, etc. or the person who is already have the Atisara, Dwara, Chardi, Pratishaya, Raktapitta, etc. then those diseases may end up with the Shwasa route. Then he will give some very important Ahara Vargas, that is Nishpava, Masha Pinyaka, Tila Sevana, then Pishta, Shaluka, Vishtambi, Jala Januka, Pishita, etc. So these are having the two meaning. One is Nidana, and in Shwasaroga, these type of food has to be avoided. So Nidana Parivarjan has to be done. So which type of Nidana Parivarjana? That is Nishpava, Masha Pinyaka. So any Guru Ahara, any Kapha Vardaka Ahara has to be avoided in Shwasaroga. So that is about the concept of the Nidana, what we have already discussed. Okay. So next is the Samprapti. See, here we have the two Sampraptis. One is Mardha Pranavani Sotamsi Vishaha Kuptate Urasta Kapamuddhya Ikka Shwasan Karoti. It is the common shloka for both Ikka and for the Shwasa. Marutha Pranavani Sotamsi. Okay. Vata dosha, that is particularly Pranavata, will be hampered and it will lead to the Ikka and the Shwasa. And it will takes the Sthana Samcha in Urahasthana. So that is the major Samprapti for both Ikka and the Shwasa. And coming to in particular about the Shwasa Samprapti, Yada Sotamsa Sambuddham, Marutah Kapapurvakah, Vishwagrajit Samsuddhastata, Shwasan Karoti. How the Shwasa will occur is explained in this second shloka, that is Sotamsi Sambuddha Marutah Kapapurvakah. Kapha will make the obstruction to the vata and it will causes the Shwasa. and even the Pika. So this is the flow chart. Okay. So what is that? Nidana Sevana and Kafaruddhi, in particularly in Urastha. Okay, in Urasthana there is a Kafaruddhi leading to the obstruction to the water and making the manifestation of Shwasatva. Okay. Then coming to the Veda, in particular, the specificity of this Veda is the 5 digits. Mahashwasa, Urdhvashwasa, Chinnashwasa, Tamakashwasa, and the Chudrashwasa. So these 5 are the types of the Shwasa. So the next is, first is Mahashwasa. See, all these Shwasas, don't tell that the Shwasa Veda is Vataja, Pittaja, Kafaja. Okay, Shwasa Veda is Mahashwasa, Urdhvashwasa, Chinnashwasa, Tamakashwasa, and the Chudrashwasa. First is the Mahashwasa. In all these Shwasas, they particularly explain some characteristics. And the similarities are, so in Mahashwasa, person will have the Uchchai Shwasati Samruddho Matta Rushabhava. Okay. Matta Rushabhava is, I think you know that it is an intoxicated bull like sound will be coming in Mahashwasa, and Uchchai Shwasati, the deep and the prolonged respiration is the characteristic feature of the Mahashwasa. And person's Pranashta Jnana Vijnana will be lost. That means person will be in at the stage of unconscious or semi-conscious or the altered level of consciousness. Okay. So at the end of any diseases or at the time of the death, person will be having these type of situation, that is Pranashta Jnana Vijnana will be there, and he will be having the Uchchai Shwasati Samruddho Matta Rushabhava. And person will be having Vishirnava. If you ask the person, if you talk with the person will have the very slow speech, that is the Vishirnava. And this Mahashwasa will lead to Shuprameva Vipaddhati. That means the person will die very soon after the Mahashwasa. Mahashwasa is Asadhya Roga, and it is seen at the time of the Lakshana or at the end of any disease. Next is the Urdhvashwasa. Urdhvashwasa is person will be having Dirghashwasa. Okay, so Mahashwasa person will be having the Urdhvashwasa. In Urdhvashwasa person will be having the Dirghashwasa. And person's oral cavity, Shleshma Uta Mukasrota. Person's oral cavity will be filled with the Shleshma. Person will be seeing Urdhva Drushti Vipakshati. It is also almost the same stage of that of Mahashwasa, but the difference is in Mahashwasa person will be having the Uchchai Shwasati, but here it is the Dirgha Shwasati. Dirgha Shwasati means the prolonged breathing. There it is the deep breathing, repeated breathing, but in Urdhva Shwasa there will be the prolonged breathing will be seen. Next is the Chinna Shwasa. Chinna is the Vishchinnam. There is a split. Person has to be having the respiratory rate, or the person will be having the respiration in a particular rhythm. If that rhythm is break out, then it is called as Vishchinnam. Shwasati Vishchinnam. Sarva Pranena Pidita. Person's breathing pattern is broken out, it is hampered, then it is called as the Vishchinna Shwasa. So this is also at the end of end stage, person will be having these type of Shwasa. Urdhva Shwasa, Mahashwasa, and the Chinna Shwasa. So these are a particular pattern. One is the deep breathing, second one is the shallow breathing, prolonged breathing, and here the disrupted rhythm of the breathing can see. Next, coming to the very important and most commonly seen Shwasa Roga, that is the Tamaka Shwasa. You can see routinely in your clinical practice, that is the Mahashwasa. The Mahashwasa generally we compare it to bronchial asthma or status asthmaticus, where the person will be having these type of exact characteristics of the Tamaka Shwasa. Person will be having gurgurakam. See, I will not be going very in detail because all these are already completed in regular classes. Just to revise it, we will be going it. See, Tamaka Shwasa person will be having gurgurakam. Gurgurakam means person will be having what we call it as the wheezing sound. The wheezing sound you can hear without the step out. The person has came to your OPD, you can see, you can hear the wheezing sound. That is the gurgurakam. Next, very important is pramoham kasamanascha sa gacchati muhurtu. Person will be coughing repeatedly. Person will be having difficulty in breathing, and person will be having cough repeatedly. Then person will have the cha vimokshante muhurte labate. When the person will expel out the kapha, when he will cough continuously and expel out the kapha, then he will feel better or muhurte labate. Person will feel better for one muhurta. Okay, so you can see the patient that patient is sleeping at the night, and suddenly will start the repeated coughing. Will not feel better. You will be having the discomfort. When some kapha will be expelled out, then you will feel better. So that is the vimokshante muhurte labate sukha. Then you can see that nashapi nidra labate shayanaha shwasa prapidana. The person will not be able to sleep in a supine position. Okay. That is nidra labate shayanaha shwasa prapidana. If he sleeps down, then the shwasa will start. He will start feeling difficulty for the respiration. Next, you can see that if he sleeps at the lateral aspect, partial, then he may feel better. Or asine lavate saukyam ushtam chaiva abhinande. The person will get up from the bed, then he will feel better. That is a very important characteristic of Tamaka Shwasa. That is the asine lavate saukyam ushtam. And another thing is the ushna ahara and vihara also makes him to feel better. Then uchitaksha lalatena svidyate prushati artima. Okay, so when there is an very difficulty for the respiration, the person will feel the sweating where lalatena. Okay, you can see that when the person is exhausted, then you can see that person is having the sweating. Then he will give about some aggravating factor and the mega ambu shita pragvate. See, this type of Mahashwasa you can see in mega. Mega means when there is a cloudy climate. When there is a cloudy climate, you can very easily see that there is an exaggeration of the Tamaksha. Ambu. Ambu shita pragvata. Okay. When you take the shita, maybe the stana or maybe the path, then also there may be the Tamaka Shwasa will exaggerate. Then pragvate. Pragvate means the water coming from the prag desha or prag disha. Okay. See, in a winter season, he is particularly telling that the winter season there is an exaggeration of the Tamaka Shwasa symptoms. These all the lakshanas you can see in any patient of the bronchial asthma. Okay, and he will tell that sa yape sa Tamaka Shwasa. This Vyadhi is Yappe Roga. You can just manage this Vyadhi when there is an aggravating factor. The person takes the Nidana, then again it will increases. The person does the Patya, then it will reduce. And if on the medicines, it will be person feels better. So person with the Tamaka Shwasa has to manage himself with these all the Nidana. Okay, so this is about Tamaka Shwasa. The last one is the Kshudra Shwasa. The Kshudra means less virulent. Okay, so this Shwasa will be having the less virulent. Here, the person will not feel that much of pain. So when the person does the Bhojana Pana, etc., then it will be ill. And it is the sound. Coming to the Sadhya Sadhyata of the Shwasa, Sadhya Sadhyata of the Shwasa, Mahashwasa, Uddha Shwasa, and the Chinna Shwasas are Asadhya Rogas. Tamaka Shwasa is Yapya, and the Kshudra Shwasa is Sa. So this is the Sadhya Sadhyata of the Shwasa Roga, and Mahashwasa, Uddha Shwasa, and Chinna Shwasa you can see at the end stages like the strider. The person like the striders, etc. You can see at the end of all the severe respiratory distress. Those type of cases, you can see the Mahashwasa. Tamaka Shwasa is almost similar with the bronchial asthma, and the Kshudra Shwasa is less virulent any respiratory illness. Okay. Next, coming to the Kasa Roga. Shwasa, the first one. The next is the Kasa Roga. So for the Kasa also, the similar Nidanas are explained like the Dumo, Pagata, etc. Or the person does the Tivayama, Rukshana, Sevana, Nishevana, etc. Then there will be the Kasa Roga. Next, the very important thing about Kasa Roga is its Purorupa. Purorupa of the Kasa. Purorupam Bhavatesham Shuka Purna Galasutta Kante Kanduscha. So you might have observed that before the cough for one day or 2 days, you will feel some itching in the throat, or you will feel difficulty for taking or swallowing the food, or difficulty in swallowing even the saliva. Okay, so person will have the sore throat, person will have the itching in the throat. Those all are the Pura Rupa of the Kasa. Coming to the Samprapti. Samprapti of the Kasa. In this, very important is Udana Bhava Appanna. Person will have the Udana Bhava Appanna. Here also, the Samprapti will follow the same like that of the Shwasa. Here, but here the Udana Mata is more involved in the Samprapti of the Kasa. And this will make the two type of the Kasa, that is Shushko va Sakapa. Person may end up with Shushka Kasa or the Ardra Kasa, that is Sakapa Kasa. We'll not go very in detail about Samprapti, etc. We'll go for the types, that is here we have the Vajra Kapaja, Chayaja, and Kshataja Kasa. Okay. Vajra Kasa, first is the Vajra Kasa, where the person will be having Shushka Uraha Kanta Vakas. It is one of the Shushka Kasa where the person will be having the Shushka Ura and the Kanta. Okay. Person will be having where there is a dry cough. Person is just coughing, but there is no expectoration. That is the Vataja Kasa. Okay. If the person takes the Snigdha, Amla, Lavana, Ushna, Ahara or Vihara, then it will have some better. The person will feel better with the Snigdha, Amla, Lavana, and the Ushna. So it is Shushka Kasa is the Vataja Kasa, where the person will not be having the expectoration. He will be having just a dry cough. Coming to the Pittaja Kasa, person with the Pittaja Kasa will be having Pita Nishtivanam, the Akshitvanam. Okay. See, person when you cough out, he will have the Pita Nishtivanam. So the expectoration will be having the Pita Varnata. Then person will be having Tikta Asata. It's another very important thing to differentiate between the different type of Vata. But if you want to know that which dosha is involved in the Kasa Roga, the person comes into the Kasa, you want to know that which dosha is involved. Then you can see that the person will be having Tikta Asata is the Pittaja Kasa. Then Uroduma. See, you might have observed that continuously person is coughing. After that, person will feel the burning sensation in or the Duma in the Udha Pradesh or even the Kanta Pradesh. So when you continuously cough, person will feel the burning sensation. That is the Uroduna, Tushnadahamo, etc. or the Pittaja Lakshanas. Then Sleshmanam, Pitta Samsushta. So even though it is Pittaja Kasa, person may have the Samsushta of the Kapaja. Okay, and you will be having Pitta Nishtivana and Kasa. Next is Shleshmaja Kasa, which is a purely a Ardha Kasa or Sakapa Kasa. And he will explain different characteristics of the expectorant or the saliva or the sputum. What we call the sputum, he will explain the characteristics of it. Okay. Mando Agni, Aruchi, Chardi, Dipanam, etc. Person here will be having the Madhurya Kledam. Madhurasata plus person will be having Kledata. Kledata in the oral cavity, and the characteristics of the sputum or the expectoration is bahulam. Bahulam means there is the enormous volume of the expectoration will be seen. Madhura, it will be having the madhura, and it has to be examined into the anumana pramana. So when we discuss about the anumana niyavas, then salivary examination has to be done by the anumana pramana. Madhuram snigdham. Okay, so it will be the snigdhata, nishtimanam, ganam, kafam, and it will be the ganam. Okay, so it will be the not ganam means it is not literally ganam. Sorry. Okay, person will be having the enormous or the maximum number or the voluminous expectoration. It's called as voluminous expectoration. What we can see in the Shleshmaja Kasa. Next is Kshataja Kasa. Very important another is Kshataja Kasa. Sapurva Kasade Shushkam Tat Stivate Sashonita. Person will be having the Sashonita Kasa. Okay. Person will have the Shushka Kasa.
Network गेला. क्या network?
Is it audible? Any problem? Is it audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. Okay. In Kshataja Kasa, person will be having Sapurvayate Shushkaha Tatah Stivate Sashonitam. Okay. Person will have Shushka Kasa, then at the end of the Kasa, person will be having Sashonitam. That is the hematomysis. Okay. Hemoptysis and hematomysis. So these are two things. One is blood vomiting and blood coughing. Blood coughing is seen in Kshataja Kasa. That is the Sashonitam. Then person will be having Dukkha Sparshanena Shule. If you touch any part of his thorax, then person will feel the tenderness. What will we tell about the tenderness? That is the Dukkha Sparshata. Dukkha Sparshata you can see in the Kshataja Kasa. Then Parvabeda, Jvara, Shwasa, Tushna, etc. So person will be having the different types of systemic illnesses. Person will be having Jvara, Shwasa, etc. Then he will give a very important one simile, that is Paravata Ivakujana. Paravata Ivakujana means you might have heard the pigeon. Person will have the kasa like or sounds like the pigeon. You have the pigeon chest. No, that is the different. Here, Paravata Ivakujana. So how the Paravata will make the sound? Same sound is seen in Kshataja Kasa. Kshata is the traumatic origin. Due to any traumatic origin, person will be having this type of Shwasa Lakshana, that is called the Kshataja Kasa. So next is Kshayaja Kasa. Kshayaja Kasa, where the person has the Angulomakshaya or the Pratilomakshaya, when the person will have the different type of systemic illnesses, then he will be having the Kasa. At that time, person will also having the Ardha Kasa and the expectoration will be Durgandham. Then the smell will be coming haritam, raktam shrivate, puyokam. Here we tell that puya. Puya is the pus. Person, if he has infected so much, when we cough, will be puya. So that is the Kshayaja cause. Okay. So the sadhya sadhya of the cause is, okay. So it is not like that Vataja, Pittaja, Kaphaja, Sadhya, etc. Kshayaja and Kshatraja, most of the time they will be asadhya. Okay. And all the kasas are sadhya in Balavartha. The person is having the good Bala, then it is sadhya. Otherwise, the person, it will be asadhya. And pada gunamrita. The person is having all the pada. That means pada means here chatushpada. If the person, all the chatushpadas are correct, then it can be cured. Then jarakasa, sarva yapya. So the kasa comes at the old age, it will be yapya. So that you might have seen that the old age people continuously in the cough. Okay. Then give some medicine, they take the Patya and Apatya, then it will be increasing and decreasing. But it is Yapya in Jara. Okay, so this is the Sadhya Sadhyata of Kasa. Next, we need to the Ikka. Okay, Ikka is another, if you take it from the modern aspect, it is a very simple Ikka. Okay. Person will be having the hiccup when he will, when there is some food particle has obstructed at the throat, or the person is not sloughing, or the person is speaking and he is taking the food, then there will be the hiccup. You might have observed that person will be having the hiccup repeatedly while taking the food, etc. But it has made it as the roga here. Hiccup, roga is there. And for this also he has given the Nidana, Purarupa, etc. And the types. Okay. These types are very, very important by making the sadhya sadhata of diseases, or while identifying the arishta lakshanas. Okay, that we discussed. Puran prano parodana praninam pancha panchacha. Okay, Shwasa and Hikka are 5 types. Shwasa we already discussed. No, we discussed about Hikka, a very small disease, that is the hiccups. Purarupa, before the hiccup, you might have observed that the person will feel a difficulty in the chest area. Okay, suddenly person will be having vadanasya kashayasta, because it is due to the vata roga, vataja. For that only we will be having kashayasta, kuksher autopam, then parshashulam cha prapidinam hridayasya. Hridayasya means here epigastric. Okay, person will feel some discomfort in the epigastric region before the any hiccup. You can also observe that you are taking the food, suddenly there will be the discomfort in the chest region, then you start hiccup. That is Pura Rupa of the Karoga. Coming to the types, five here also 5 types. First one is Mahahika. Mahahika. Mahahika is seen at the end of any diseases, at the stage of the Arishta Lakshanas. Mahahika is Shinamamsam Balam Prana Teja. The person is Shinamamsa and his Tejas is lost. Someone has on the mic. All of you unmute the mic. Sakafo Anilaha. Person will be having this hiccup with Sakafo Anilaha. Person's oral cavity will be having the enormous secretions. Okay. The person is at the end of life, then while the breathing pattern is hampered, person is not able to swallow, then there will be the enormous secretion in the oral cavity, that is the circ of anila, and it is obstructed by the anila, a person will have the hiccup. Okay. So, and it is satatam, person will have the continuous hiccup. So, routinely observe that. So, at the end of the day, life, or person has bedridden, sometimes you start continuous hiccup. Then you have to think that person is at the last stage. Shuknam Mushtati. That means person's conscious level will be lost. And a very important line is Mahabalam, Mahavegam, Mahashabdaha, Mahabalam. Mahamulam, Mahavegam, Mahashabdaha, Mahabalam. Mahika sa Pranam Sadhya Pranaharaha. So this is Mahavegha. So it is Vega is very high. Its intensity is very high. It will make a big sound of the hikka, and it is balavam. It is the roga bala. Okay, roga bala of Mahika is very high, and it is satya prana. A person will die very soon. That is the Mahavika. Next, coming to the Gambhira hikka. Second one is Gambhira hikka. Gambhira means serious. Person in that serious stage, then it's called as the Gambhira hikka. So in this, persons will have the Pashwa, Stavi, Samashtra, Pujanam, Stabda, Guru, Ardu. Persons respiratory, that is the Pashwa Stabdata. That means thoracic is not moving. Then person is in the last stage, and this Gambhira hikka will come from, the sound of the hikka will come from Nabihi. Nabi Pakashata. Okay. From the Nabi, this hikka sound will come. And it is also one of the asad. Gambhira Nama Sa Tasta hikka Prana. It means it is so much of severity in the Gambhira. Next is Vapeta hikka. Vapeta hikka, don't confuse with the Vapeta hikka and the Annaj hikka. So there is another hikka is also is there. It's called as Annaj hikka. Vapeta hikka is Ya Annapane Chaturvide. Ya Annapane Chaturvide Ahara Parinama. When the person has taken the Ahara, and at the end of the digestion, Ahara Parinama. Parinama is the Ahara Parinama. It is the digestion. Ahara Parinamante Uyascha Labate Balam. So at that time, person will have the hiccup. And the person has taken at the 2 o'clock the food, and the person will start the hiccup at 3:30 or 4 o'clock. Because about 2 hours is needed to digestion of the food. Or at any time, the digestion of the food is getting over, then the person will start Vapeta hikka. Person will have the Jumba, the Plutaksha, Shushta Ashtata, then start the Vapeta. This type of hiccup is seen in some gastric illnesses. So when the person is having the gastric ulcers, severe gastric ulcers, person has taken, I think you had discussed about Anadrava Shula and Parinama Shula. Person will be having, we had discussed about Anadrava Shula and Parinama Shula. At the end of the Parinama Shula, same thing. The Parinama of the Anna, person will be having the Vapeta hikka. Okay. Shudra hikka. Shudra hikka, it is again, Shudra means the less virulent. It's not so much of virulent, and it's called as Shudra hikka. Person Ati Dukaha Nasa. Person will not be having so much of pain, then it is called as Shudra hikka. Okay. So Shudra hikka is Sadhya. Next is Annaja hikka. So repeatedly, I think all of you are experienced the hiccup while taking the food. Panane Pidito Anilaha. Okay. So we'll be watching the TV, you will be talking to someone, then you are taking on the food directly, then it will obstruct the food has to go into the food pipe, that is the esophagus. If it is going to the windpipe, that is the trachea. Then even a small part of food will also lead for annaja. Okay, so you start sometimes you start coughing, sometimes you start hiccup. Okay, then we'll vayu kostanate davat pana bhoja prapidayat hikka pite bhukte shamam. Okay, if you take some more water, so some person will tell to look upwards or will go on taking the water. You take the water, or if you eat something, then you get pacified. That is called as annaja. So this is about annaja. Routinely we'll see it. Coming to the sadhya sadhyata, front sadhya sadhyata is explained. Annaja ikka and shudra ikkas are sadhya. Shudra ikka and annaja ikka are sadhya. Mahaika, Gambhirika, and Vyapetahika. Mahaika and Gambhirika are definitely asadhya. Vyapetahika sometimes you can try some medicines. Yamalahika. Okay. If Yamalahika is another thing is when in Shusha Samhita and Madhav Nidana. Yamala means the two. Yamala means one. The person will have the Yamalahika. It is the pattern of hiccup. Person will have the two bouts of hiccup. That is called as Yamalahika. It's so important. But Sadhya Sadhyata of Hikka is Mahahika, Gambhirika, Vyapetahika, Sadhya. Kshudrahika and Annajahika are Sadhya. Okay. This is about Shwasa, Kasa, and Hikka. Okay. So Shwasa Kasa is just had reversed it, and today's class was. Do you have any doubts? You can now unmute and have faced any problem with the understanding of these concepts of. It is very, very important for your academic and for the treatment aspect also, because routinely in clinical practices we see these cases. Shwasa, Kasa, routinely we see, and it's Samprapti, making Samprapti, finding out the Nidana, and when you make the Samprapti, then only you can make the Samprapti better, and you can treat the disease. Okay. Any doubt? You can speak it now. Or everyone slept? Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Is this class is useful or not? It's audible? Okay. Now,
Yes, sir.
who is it?
Sir, Yamala Hikka, once again, sir, I didn't get it.
Okay. See, Yamalaika, it's not so much of important. See, Yamala is, it is pattern is the person will have, Yamala means it is Dondroja. Okay. Or Yukpa. Yukpa means person will have the particular pattern of sound. So hiccup will routinely having, once will have the hiccup. Okay. So one hiccup struck, again we will have. But in ML hiccup, person will have continuously two hiccups. That is called as ML hiccup. Okay. Next.
Thank you, sir.
Anything? So is it helpful? Classes is helpful? Okay. So we'll end up the session now. Okay. Tomorrow we'll have the Charaka class. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Thank you.